Okay. So we yesterday were explaining that the normative flow of God's kindness to us is called kindness of the world because it's drawn down by a limited human who's doing limited finite acts of the commandments that have become constricted through the conveyor belt of God's judgment that has constricted the energy. And that constricted flow of God's kindness responds to the constricted energy of the commandment you're doing in the limits of our world. But we know there's another type of kindness, and that's a limitless kindness, a kindness that's called abundant kindness, limitless kindness. So how do we access that limitless kindness? Well, again, just as we understood that limited world, limited act of commandment, limited God's response to kindness, similarly, when we go for limitless charity, now we're accessing a limitless energy, and God's going to respond in a limitless way. But why would I be giving a limitless charity when clearly the rules are, if you want to do a good job, give 20%. And if you want to do a regular job, give 10%. So why am I removing that cap, that limitation on my charity? Because the limitation on charity only applies to someone who never sins. But if someone has sinned, what he's done is diminish the sanctity from God to come down to him. As we say when we say the blessing of the commandments, who has sanctified us with his commandments. In other words, performing commandments elicits a flow from the supreme holiness, and the non-performance depletes it. So since that normative flow that should come if I do absolutely everything right and absolutely nothing wrong has now been obscured, has now been skewed by my transgression, I need to correct this distortion. And the only way I can correct it is by an enormous flow of a supreme light of God that transcends the world without being vested in them. And this is this supernal, superior kindness, this Rav Chesed, abundant kindness. And this kindness, unlike what we were discussing yesterday, kindness of the world, Chesed Olam, radiates and diffuses infinitely, without limit and measure. It's not contracted within the world. It encompasses them all equally. So when I put the measuring tape on the side, and when I do my acts of commandments limitlessly, because I know I've transgressed, and I know I'm not within, the boxes so neatly anymore. So I'm just going to give charity limitlessly to draw down this limitless light. This limitless light is going to extend throughout all the world and rectify all the distortions and all the deficiencies caused by my transgression. And that's where our sages taught that in the place of the penitent, of the Baal Tshuva, even the perfectly righteous can't stand there. Because we're saying an act of penitence, this act of repentance, doesn't only uncover the pre-existing light that should have shown if you did it right, but it's calling forth a totally new light, an infinite light, much loftier than the normative light that comes down when you don't stray from the path. That's why where the Baal Tshuva, where the penitent stands, the righteous that have not gone that road of repentance can't attain. Because the divine radiance drawn down by repentance is completely superior to the radiance that comes through the normative, always doing the right and never doing the wrong commandment.